I could tell you right now, the argument's done. We live on a flat plane. The ball model's a lie, period. End of story. Is I think that this Copernicus, deep space, heliocentric, Big Bang, evolution model is to take the divinity away from us, is to take the source away from us. It's to take us away from the fact that we appear to be, we appear to be these beautiful, luminous light beings having downloaded into this avatar material body, and we're having this beautiful magical experience. And one of the things that I found so overwhelmingly dark about this agenda, and especially if you look at scientists and any peer-reviewed scientists, anybody who actually went in through academia and are peer-reviewed academic practitioners in whatever level it might be, whether it's low-level academia, scientists, whatever study they might, especially the astronomers, the biologists, and all this stuff, all of them are overwhelmingly atheists. And at most, maybe an agnostic. And I think that right there is suspicious, that they're pushing a model that's taking the divine cosmic riddle out of it. They're taking the divinity out. They're taking spirituality out of it. And if you look at science at large, and I'm being critical here, science at large is materialist science. They do not believe in subtle energy. They do not believe in the spirit. They do not believe in hyperdimensional physics. They don't believe in metaphysical realities. They make fun of and will brush aside telepathy and clairvoyance and astral projection, all of these other very important, crushingly important topics. So what this is they're taking the mysticism out. They're taking the spirituality. They're taking subtle energy out. They're taking our divine connection to the source out of this model. So if you say I'm a heliocentric baller, scientist guy, overwhelming, you're probably an atheist, and you're not going to believe in any of this beautiful, spiritual narrative. And again, I'm not coming from a dogmatic Christian perspective. I'm not coming from any organized religion perspective. I'm coming from the true esoteric Gnostic tradition of spiritual gnosis. And really, every day you have the choice to either align yourself with love or to align yourself with fear. And the control matrix, the control system, the thing that's bringing us this fucking fake ball earth model, this heliocentric lies, is based in fear, and it's based in atheism. And if you want to believe in the fucking ball, you're going to believe in some of these dark forces, some of this black magic hex, all the stuff that Mark Passio's talking about, all the black magic, occulted stuff. Apply that to the ball model. This is black magic in its purest form. And until you realize that, until you look at this deception, all the other stuff doesn't really, you can't comprehend it until you go down this dark garden path and have your dark night of the soul and realize that we live on a beautiful, stunning, infinitely stable terra firma with the celestial heavens rotating over and above us, and the sun and the moon are rotating over and above some electromagnetic, North Pole center, and that they're only 3,000 miles above the surface of the earth, 32 miles across. The sun and the moon are their only luminaries. The moon appears to be radiating its own luminous feminine energy. The sun and the moon, the masculine and feminine, are in their equal status. They're together in unison. It's the communion of the sacred masculine and the feminine, just like Mark Passio talks about. Well, you can look up into the night sky and see it. You can look up into the day sky and see it. What they took about is, if you believe in the heliocentric model, you believe in patriarchy. You believe in a male-dominated construct. You believe in a solar system that revolves around the male, masculine sun energy. And the moon has been demoted to just a little rock rotating around a planet. But now, in this post-FE awakening, when I look up into the night sky, I don't see deep space anymore. I don't see planets anymore. I see a transcendental, hyperdimensional, metaphysical, inexplicable, beyond language, stunning, abstract firmament. I don't know what I'm seeing, but it appears to be something so beyond description that I well up in complete awe and wonder at the night sky now. And now, thanks to Santos's, direction, especially with some of these ideas that the planets are actually are vibrating electromagnetic frequencies that emanate a certain resonance for each dimensional layer that they're representing. So in reality, what we might be looking up into is a hyperdimensional metaphysical firmament dome, with each planet representing a different layer of this dome. And it could be an ascensionist ladder up into, true awakening or spiritual ascensionist narrative as we rise up through this cosmic riddle. But again, I don't think that's the question. The question is it flat or round?
Right.
And from my empirical observation, when I get up and see it, it's now okay. Again, outside of something else, again, that's speculation. We're just looking. Cube. We're just trying to bring it down to the basic essence of this argument. Is it flat or is it round? Do we live on a ball Earth or is it a flat plane? When I look out at when I look out at the horizon line. And from the perch of Portland, Maine, I see a flat plane when I see the entire facade of Mount Washington presidentials. When I'm up in a plane and I see these 3 data points in both horizons, I see a flat plane. There's no other way around it. It's empirical observation, it's logic, it's reason, it's common sense. I'm creating a straight line. It's Euclidean geometry. And the other thing, just in defense of the hyperdimensional metaphysical reality, I have a long, rich history in the 90s and my early 20s of being an intense astral projection practitioner that actually walked through the halls of Robert Monroe's Institute of Applied Science and almost took one of his, one of those courses there. I read all Robert Monroe's books. I could do a whole show just on astral projection. And every single time I lifted out of my body, single time I flew over the conscious plane in a lucid, conscious, sentient light being flying over the astral plane, it was always a flat plane. As above, so below, the ancient Hermetic adage. Hyperdimensional physics is based on plane physics. It's not a ball model physics. So if you rise up out of your sleeping body, what do you see on the 5th dimension? You have to get off of the 4th dimension where the archons and the ghosts and the incarnate spirits rise up to the 5th dimension where they can't be. And what do you see? A beautiful, stunning, flat plane Euclidean geometry, exactly how it is on the material space. So we're dealing with a reality here that celebrates the spirit world, which appears to be a flat Euclidean plane, astral plane, and the material world, which appears to be a flat Euclidean material plane, as above, so below. It's basic. It's right in front of your face. It's transcendental science. It's not the pseudoscience of this bullshit ball model nonsense that we've been tricked into believing. I can tell you right now, the argument's done. We live on a flat plane. The ball model's a lie, period. End of story. I don't care what kind of speculative nonsense you want to talk about on whether the moon is a sphere or a disc, or whether it's built, whether it's a holographic, a Crow 777 lunar wave, or whether you think we got Freemasons landing on the moon, or whether there's, Richard C. Hoagland's, bases on Mars, or whatever other nonsense you might want to, gallop down that support this ball model nonsense. As far as I can tell, I think overwhelmingly from the heart and with love and with conviction, it appears to be flat and full of beautiful wonder and awe and mystery. And it's more stunning than ever. And you know what? When I listened to Manly P. Hall's 9-hour lecture talking about the ancient teachings, the mystery school teachings of the Manly P. Hall narrative, I was dumbfounded about 2/3 of the way in when he spent an entire hour talking about the flat plane and the luminaries above from a flat earth cosmology. Manly P. Hall actually talks about at length about the flat earth cosmology, and so do all the ancient mystery school traditions, all the ancient mystery, all the mystics and sages. It's all flat earth cosmology. The only bullshit we've been fed about this ball earth model is some high-level Masons with lineage from Europe over the last 500 years have been spinning this Copernican, Galileo, Newton, Neil deGrasse Tyson bullshit. It's a big lie, just as much as all the heavy black magic you want to look at in occulted, literature, occulted history, occulted music. Go down the garden path of celebrity black magic psyops, or Dave McGowan's, weird tales inside the canyon, or whatever kind of thing you want to gallop down. We're talking about a collection of high-level sorcerers that have been tricking us to believe all of these false narratives, and one of them, overwhelmingly, is the ball earth.
Passionate, absolutely passionate.
Very
Watson.
Passionate.
And
bonsoir, monsieur. The earth is not a ball, monsieur. The earth is flat, monsieur. The earth is flat. Flat, monsieur. Flat, I say. There is no ball. You are talking balls, monsieur. Au revoir.